Of Transform Your Health. I'm a physical therapist and a health and fitness coach. So today we're continuing our series on the ingredient corner. So what's the ingredient? It's avocados, baby. The saying that I'm going to tell you is, instead of it being an apple a day will keep the doctor away, I'm telling you the new saying is an avocado a day will keep the doctor away. Now you're probably saying, well, the only time I can really honestly say that I eat avocados is when, you go out and you order nachos and buffalo wings and you dip the nachos into the guacamole dip. And you're saying, does that count? And I will tell you, yes, but no. It depends on the recipe of the guacamole. While the main ingredient in guacamole is avocado, so yes, that's a good thing, but it depends on the other stuff you put in there. There are clean recipes that I would steer you towards rather than probably the restaurant type of guacamole dip. But as far as including it into your diet, there are many different other ways of doing that. You can put avocados in salads and omelets and sandwiches and smoothies. You can even make brownies with avocados, avocado brownies. Yeah, I did say that. But I will tell you, they're decadent, delicious, and nutritious. You have to taste it to believe it, and maybe in the next couple of days I'll post a recipe so that you can try it. That's the only way you're going to know. And unless I tried it, I wouldn't have believed it, because something like a brownie, either it's something good or it's so-so. And I'm telling you, the avocado makes it so moist and it's delicious. So a little bit more background about avocados is that, yeah, they are the main product that comes from Mexico, but other warm climates also grow avocados. The avocado tree tends to be very tall, about 65 feet. There's many different varieties of avocados. However, the common variety that you'll see in your grocery store is the creamy Hass. And this is what it looks like inside. So it's actually a nice creamy type of a texture. They're actually quite delicious. And I was a little scared off when I was, younger, and, I didn't really know anything about avocados. So, when I would get a salad with it, I would actually push it aside. So it's hard for me to believe that I did that then, but what I'm telling you now is to include avocados in your diet every day. Now, one of the reasons why when I started this video is I said the old saying was an apple a day would keep the doctor away. And I'm telling you now that even though I'm not going to say don't eat fruit at all, but I'm going to tell you minimize your fruit intake. Reason being, fruit is mainly a carbohydrate. Carbohydrates, when they're broken down, turn into sugar. And what I have learned through a lot of research and as a physical therapist, treating many different kind of patients with cardiovascular disease and cancer and arthritis and fibromyalgia and so many other different kinds of diseases and pain, what they're finding is that it stems from inflammation, a high amount of inflammation in the body. And one of the main causes, not the only cause, because a certain amount come from genetics, which you can't control. But they're finding that a lot of inflammation is caused from the food that we're eating that have a high carbohydrate amount that turns into the sugar. It's the sugar is the enemy. And unfortunately, that's where fruit falls in here. So even though fruit does supply a high amount of nutritional value, it is a high amount of sugar. And that's where I'm going to say don't cut it out, but I'm going to say minimize it. Now, the interesting thing about the avocado, it is a fruit, but unlike any other fruit, it is the only fruit that has a very low amount of sugar, and it has a very high amount of fat. It's the monounsaturated fat, which is the good fat. The fat that actually decreases the bad cholesterol and that will increase the good cholesterol. So it's considered a superfood in addition to all of that because it's very densely packed with nutrients. So let's get to that. What's the skinny on the fat? There's actually 20 vitamins and minerals packed into an avocado. We're talking about vitamins B, C, E, and K. Very high in vitamins B, and that is crucial for basically helping your body fight off infection and disease. So it's one of the very few ones that have all those vitamins, but a very high amount of B vitamins. It also is very high in potassium. And the reason why a lot of people will eat bananas is because of its potassium content. And yet I'm going to take you back that unfortunately bananas have a very, very high amount of sugar. So despite there being a high amount of potassium in bananas, it's being undone with the sugar content. Yet avocados actually have a higher level of potassium in here, and like I said, they have a lower sugar content. Potassium is important to the body because it's one of the several electrolytes that the body needs in order to feel good and to operate optimally. In addition to that, potassium also helps to control blood pressure. It also contains a high amount of lutein, and you need lutein for good health for your eye. And it also contains a high amount of foliate, which is excellent for cellular repair and also for the health of yourself during your pregnancy. It's very low in sugar. Yes, it's very high in fat, but it's also very, very high in fiber. And fiber is something that is excellent for the health of your intestines. And I think a lot more people nowadays are starting to get in tune with you need to have good intestinal health. Whether you have intestinal problems and you're trying just to feel better, or whether you realize that it's in the intestines where they absorb the vitamins of the food that you're eating. So if they're kind of clogged with all the inflammation and the sugar that I keep talking about, you're not able, even though you're eating pretty well, you're not able to absorb the nutritional value that's in that food. So you need to have good intestinal health. Fiber helps you to do that. In addition, it helps you to feel full longer. So it helps to naturally suppress your appetite so that you're not continually reaching for food. Now, as far as the fat, I'll go back to that part because this is the bugaboo that I think people, when they say, I understand that avocados are healthy, but they're just so fatty. So I don't really want to have too many in my diet. And yet here I'm telling you an avocado a day will keep the doctor away. And I'm still saying that. And I'm telling you the fat that's in here, because it's good fat, because it lowers the bad cholesterol and increases the good cholesterol. And when the body breaks it down, it actually turns into ketones. And you're going to continue to hear me talk about ketones. Ketones it's the better fuel source for your body, because that is what will help provide excellent brain health as well as for other parts of your body. But the other thing that the fat content within the avocado mainly comes from oleic fatty acid. And it's the oleic acid, there's bajillion studies on the oleic acid that helps your body to decrease inflammation. And again, the whole thing with all the diseases that you can name, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and that's an umbrella for blood pressure problems and strokes and heart attacks, as well as diabetes, Alzheimer's, osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, basically any type of strain, sprain because of inflammations. Also MS, Parkinson's disease. I could go on and on, that the root cause of all of these health problems is inflammation. Yet this is loaded with oleic acid that studies definitely show that it helps to decrease inflammation. If you have some of these disease processes that I've named, you need to definitely eat an avocado every day. And even if you don't have them, if you're trying to prevent them and to keep optimal health, this is what you need to include into your diet. The bottom line, if you want to be healthy, because the studies that they've done support that healthy people tend to eat avocados every day or every other day, because they help to improve your digestion, it helps to prevent disease, it actually helps decrease depression, and it decreases obesity, especially the belly fat around the abdominal area. So these are all excellent reasons, in my opinion, an avocado a day will keep the doctor away. Hope you take me up on some of my tips and look for more information on maybe some of the recipes that I can help you to include the avocados into your diet. Bottom line here, guys, it's about staying as healthy as you can for as long as you can. Have a great day, everybody.